your convenience, restrooms are located at both ends of the cafeteria building, which is the building to your left as you face the stage. The cafeteria is also open with air conditioning on, and a first aid station is set up near the main office building. Please remember that smoking or any other form of tobacco, alcohol, or controlled substances are not allowed on any district property. This includes vapor pens and e-cigarettes. Thank you.
No, they need some. Aaron said they need 2 more questions.
For your convenience, restrooms are located at both ends of the cafeteria building, which is the building to your left as you face the stage. The cafeteria is also open with air conditioning on, and a first aid station is set up near the main office building. Please remember that smoking or any other form of tobacco, alcohol, or controlled substances are not allowed on any district property. This includes vapor pens and e-cigarettes. Thank you.
good?
Okay. We got 45 minutes.
convenience, restrooms are located at both ends of the cafeteria building, which is the building to your left as you face the stage. The cafeteria is also open with air conditioning on, and a first aid station is set up near the main office building. Please remember that smoking or any other form of tobacco, alcohol, or controlled substances are not allowed on any district property. This includes vapor pens and e-cigarettes. Thank you.
chance. Who could have known that time would pass right through our hands? Love was strong, I remember, for so long. We had it all, just couldn't hold on. Love was strong. A journey in my mind takes me there. I smell the jasmine in your hair. Oh, those were good times, tumbling, rolling on the grass. Still, they all said that things wouldn't last.
Basically, all I'm going to do is I'm
Just a
going to say
dream away. Love was strong, I remember, for so long. We had it all, just couldn't hold on.
basically what my kids already know is they don't have to
Love was strong, oh yeah. Now that I found you again, now that our hearts had a chance to mend, I can't wait another day to tell you just what I mean when I say, hey, love was strong, I remember, for so long. Now we have it all, now let's try to hold on. Love was strong, I remember, for so long. We have it all, so we've got to hold on. Love was strong, yeah. Love was strong. You remember when love was strong? You remember love was strong. Love was strong. Oh, do you remember? Love was strong. Well, do you remember? Love was strong.
For your convenience, restrooms are located at both ends of the cafeteria building, which is the building to your left as you face the stage. The cafeteria is also open with air conditioning on, and a first aid station is set up near the main office building. Please remember that smoking or any other form of tobacco, alcohol, or controlled substances are not allowed on any district property. This includes vapor pens and e-cigarettes. Thank you.
This is Lauren Weinberg. I would like to thank my parents for loving me unconditionally and for always being my biggest fans. I appreciate you both more than you will ever know.
This is Celestial Morrow, and I would like to thank my family for their constant love and support, and to my younger brother for understanding why I couldn't play every day. To my teachers for their love and support and encouragement in my quest to learn.
This is Alyssa Graham. I would like to thank my parents for always supporting me through everything and loving me unconditionally. I love you always.
This is Sophia Shevchik. I would like to thank my family for everything you have done for me. Thank you, Mom, for motivating me to be the best version of myself. Thank you, Dad, for making my worst days better with your sense of humor that never fails to make you laugh. And thank you to my sister who has guided me throughout the past 18 years of my life. I don't know what I would do without you guys.
This is Nixad Beati. I would like to thank my mom and dad for supporting me and helping me become the person I am today.
This is Ashley. I would like to thank my parents, grandparents, and uncles for always believing in me no matter what. I wouldn't be graduating today without your love and support. I love you.
This is Noelle. I would like to thank all my teachers and friends for making every day a great day to be a Viking, and also my amazing family.
This is Kristen Ross. I would like to thank my parents for your guidance, encouragement, and support of me in my successes and struggles, my talents, my happy days and sad days during these high school years.
Hi, this is Jenna Reppis, and I would like to thank my family for being so supportive. Mom, you are always there for me, and James, you always know how to make me laugh. I also want to thank all my friends and teachers for making high school so amazing. You guys all know who you are.
This is Ryan Gallagher. I'd like to thank my family, friends, teachers, and coaches for supporting me throughout my high school journey. I wouldn't have been as successful without your help.
Hello, my name is Emily St. Dennis, and I would like to thank my family for their unconditional love and support, and my sister for always making me laugh when I needed it. Love you guys.
This is Nima Bayati. I would like to thank my parents for always being supportive. It's reassuring when they are not only willing, but wanting to help me.
This is Haley Blondin. I would like to thank my mom, dad, and sister for all your continuous love and support for the past 4 years. All that you guys have done for me has allowed me to grow into the person I am today and has prepared me for the next chapter in my life. I am forever grateful. Love you guys.
This is Matthew Abugazale. I would like to thank my dad, mom, and brother for always pushing me to do my best and supporting me these last 4 years. The love you guys gave me prepared me for my future, and for that I'm forever thankful. I love you guys.
This is Jonathan Sampson. I would like to thank my parents, John and Marilyn Sampson, for always supporting me and encouraging me to be a better person each and every day. Thank you for loving me with every decision I make, and thank you to my best friends, Itzel and Ashley, for being my rock since 5th grade. I love you guys.
This is Rebecca Davis. I would like to thank my parents for driving me across town for 3 years just so I could get to school. I would also like to thank my siblings for putting up with all my stress, and a huge shout out to all the teachers who made my graduation possible.
This is Joelle Hakeem. I would like to thank my parents for being my biggest supporters and always encouraging me to be the best I can be. I would not be who I am today without your love and guidance.
Hello, this is Isabella Absey. I would like to thank my mom, Rebecca, for being my best friend, my grandparents for their unconditional love and support, my Aunt Julia and Cousin Naomi for everything, and the Lovitts for being my second family. I love you all more than you will ever know.
Hi, this is Rain Magbanwa, and I would like to thank Mrs. Carlson for all her support, my friends and my loving boyfriend for always making me smile, and my brother and my parents for believing in me no matter what. I love you all more than you know.
This is Addison Spears. I would like to thank my mom for always being an A1 mom and dealing with me for all these years. And to my whole family, thank you guys for supporting me. I love you.
This is Sydney Cordova. I'd like to thank my parents, Mr. Bourne, Mr. Hunter, Mr. Henry, and Miss Paulson for helping me through the last 4 years by providing endless support and helping me achieve my goals.
This is Morgan Honegger. I would like to thank my parents for constantly supporting me and caring for me. I love you both so much, and I don't know what I would do without you guys. This is Grace Miles, and I would like to thank my family and friends for always supporting me.
This is Ashley Mendenhall. I would like to thank my family and friends for all your endless support and love over the years. I don't know what I would do without you guys. I love you.
This is Emma Chadwell. I would like to thank my parents for their constant support and encouragement. I'd also like to thank my siblings Hannah, Nathan, and Julia. I love you guys so, so much.
This is Michaela Floyd, and I would like to thank my folks and little sister Emily for always encouraging me to be my best and supporting me through hard times. Emily, watching you grow up has been so special to me, and I hope I can be the big sister you always hope for. I'm so grateful to have each of you in my life, and I love you more than you'll ever know.
Good evening and welcome Viking families and guests to Oakmont High School's commencement ceremony for the class of 2019. Please do remember that smoking or any other form of tobacco, alcohol, or controlled substances are not allowed on any district property. This does include vapor pens and e-cigarettes. For your convenience, restrooms are located at both ends of the cafeteria building, which is the building to your left as you face the stage. For those of you using umbrellas right now for shade, we ask that you please fold and secure them at this time and keep them secure for the duration of the ceremony. If you become overheated, you may move over to our cafeteria where there is a live video and audio feed of the ceremony. Our ceremony is being recorded and will be saved to the Oakmont Media YouTube channel. If your young children become restless and begin to make noise, please either take them to the top of the quad or into the cafeteria. Finally, it is important to keep all aisles and other walkways clear during the ceremony. Movement by the audience will be restricted during the processional and recessional. Thank you for visiting Oakmont this evening. It truly is a great day to be a Viking. We hope that our ceremony successfully displays the pride that we have in our staff, the graduates, and the Oakmont community. Go Vikings!
Good evening. My name is Grace Miles. I'm the student body president. Will the audience please rise and join me in the Pledge of Allegiance? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Please remain standing. Sorry.
Good evening. My name is Marie Fadica, and I am the senior class president. It is my pleasure to introduce the Oakmont High School Choir, directed by Mrs. Alyssa Bazink, performing the Star Spangled Banner.
So proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets right there, the balls bursting gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the
Thank you. You may take your seats. It is our honor to introduce the special guest seated here on the stage this evening, a member of the Board of Trustees, Mr. Andrew Tagg, and one of our assistant superintendents, Mr. Jess Borhan. Thank you for joining our celebration tonight.
We would like to also thank and welcome all the Oakmont teachers for their time and dedication to the class of 2019. Teachers, please stand and be recognized. You may now be seated.
At this time, we would like to recognize all students in the class of 2019 who have completed the A to G requirements. Please stand and be recognized. You can be seated.
We would now like to recognize all of our honored graduates of distinction and Lifetime California Scholarship Federation, CSF members. Please stand. You may now be seated.
All International Baccalaureate students are wearing a light blue tassel, and the diploma candidates are wearing white stoles. Will all IB students please stand? You can be seated.
Next, we would like to recognize our graduates of distinction. Graduates wearing the blue and silver cords represent the Oakmont Health Careers Academy. This group is a school within the school. Will Academy students please stand? You may now be seated.
We would now like to recognize those students who have earned the Honored Student Government recognition. These students are wearing the silver stoles. Will these students please stand? You can be seated.
Now we would like to recognize graduates who have completed a curricular emphasis in the culinary or media CTE pathways. They are wearing navy blue, Columbia, and white cords. Will those students please stand? You may now be seated.
At this time, we would like to recognize those students who have completed the requirements for the State Seal of Biliteracy. Please stand. You can be seated.
Next, we would like to acknowledge those students who have enlisted in the armed services for their country. Please stand.
Finally, alumni of Oakmont High School, would you please stand? You can be seated.
Whether you are a parent, family member, or friend, we want to welcome you to the commencement ceremony for the class of 2019.
And now our choir. Now, please give a warm welcome to our salutatorians, Emily St. Dennis, Alyssa Desai, Anjali Desai. They will present their speech entitled, Are We There Yet?
Hello, everybody. I'm Alyssa.
I'm Emily.
And I'm Anjali, and we're this year's Salutatorians. Never in our lives have we received such a prestigious honor that includes such merits as the privilege to write an additional homework assignment. In true senioritis fashion, we wrote this as late as possible.
Before we start, we'd like to thank everyone who helped us as a class of 2019 to get where we are today. First, thank you to the teachers for supporting us not only as students, but as growing individuals. Thank you to the parents for driving us to and from practices, running out to the store for poster paper and glitter whenever we needed it, and most of all, for putting up with our arguments, no matter how ridiculous they seemed at the time. We're sorry for all the wrinkles and gray hairs we've caused you. Thank you to the siblings who supported us, laughed with us, and grew with us, and for getting dragged along today. Thank you to the friends who made us laugh through the past 4 years, and thank you to everyone else who's braving the heat to support us all here today. Now, for the past few months, we've all been counting down the days until graduation, asking ourselves, are we there yet? Well, we're here to answer that question, but first, let's take a look back at how we got here.
We have spent the past 13 years on a journey of growth beginning with kindergarten. On the first day, our parents dropped us off, leaving many of us on our own for the first time. With our new independence, we made friends and discovered our interests. Granted, at the time they were mostly just Foursquare and wall ball. Eventually, we made it to kindergarten graduation, our first academic milestone. Despite being a distant memory now, at the time, graduating from kindergarten in our tiny cap and gowns was a big deal. In the moment, we thought we were there, that we had finally made it. But really, it was just the beginning. Kindergarten came and went, and it was time for our new adventure, elementary school.
The next 6 years of elementary school were a blur of recess, field trips, and fun with a little learning on the side. These were the years we learned some of our most important life lessons. Treat people the way you want to be treated, sharing is caring, and of course, stop, drop, and roll. Throughout the years, we worked our way towards one monumental event, science camp. There, we learned to challenge ourselves and become more independent as we left our parents and ended our elementary school career on a high note. Once again, we thought we were there, but the journey was far from over. After finishing elementary school, the next step was middle school. Nobody wants to remember middle school. Moving on.
Then we finally made it to high school. From having our first Oakmont chocolate chip muffin to developing a fear of getting pooped on by seagulls, freshman year was full of a lot of firsts. With our new high school freedom, we began to branch out and discover our passions through sports, clubs, dances, and new friendships. Despite our many different paths, we shared some classic freshman year memories. For instance, we all learned the ending of Mice and Men, most of us before we even read the book. And we all remember that welcome rally when our class chanted the Viking cheer for the first time, and we all weakly mumbled the few words we knew. But by the end of the year, we yelled it loud and proud. We also recall feeling elated and accomplished when at the last rally that year, we moved from our freshman spot on the bleachers to the sophomore side because we were no longer at the bottom of the food chain. We watched the seniors move to the center of the gym as they prepared to graduate, thinking, will we ever get there? But yet, here we are.
As we entered sophomore year, we started paving our way through Oakmont. Many of us started programs like Health Academy and IB and took our first AP classes like AP Euro. We were finding our place in the school community, even if that meant ramping up the workload a little bit. 2017 was also the year our parents dreaded. Learning to drive. After getting our permits, every parent was terrified to get in the car with their child. But we spent the next few months desperately trying to earn their trust so they would let us drive on our own. From there, we drove straight into junior year.
As upperclassmen, we truly started to become our own individuals and began taking on a load of new responsibilities. We started our first jobs, made our sports varsity team, and started drowning in homework. We also mastered the art of procrastination as we learned to fit 2 hours of unfinished homework into one 30-minute intervention period. Junior year also ended with junior prom, where we danced the night away and made some memories to last a lifetime.
And now we've finally made it to senior year. We started the year united as a class with Senior Sunrise and spent the following months celebrating our favorite Oakmont events for the last time. From the lockdowns and bathroom fires to the spirited dances and bonfires, these are the moments we'll treasure the most. Over these last few years, we've gone through quite a few ups and downs, learning and growing together as a class. Through these trials, we became more than just a class. We became a family. As the year comes to a close, we're proud to have made it through the senioritis, and we finally managed to finish that tedious personal finance course.
As we sit here, finally at our high school graduation, we ask ourselves, are we there yet? Well, the answer is both yes and no. Although we've now completed high school, the journey is far from over. You see, finishing high school was only the end of our first chapter. But like every book, when one chapter ends, another begins. Whether that means entering the workforce, continuing our educational pursuit in college, or joining the military, we're all beginning the next chapter of our lives. We'll reflect back on these high school memories, incredibly grateful for the experiences that have shaped us into the people we are today, and use them as motivation for the future. So remember, wherever we go and whatever we may do, remember not to ask, are we there yet? But rather, where are we going next? Thank you.
Put the pineapple down there.
Please join me in welcoming Guyver Martinez singing This Is the Moment.
I'd like to say a few things first. All right, first of all, shout out to my boy Axel in the crowd. And second of all, I would like to give a huge thank you to Ms. Bazink and Mrs. Streever for taking time out of their day to help me. Oh. All right. This is the moment. This is the day when I send all my doubts and demons on their way. Every endeavor I have made ever is coming into play, is here and now, today. This is the moment. This is the time when the momentum and the moment are in rhyme. Give me this moment, this precious chance. I'll gather up my past and make some sense at last. This is the moment when all I've done, all of the dreaming, scheming and screaming become one. This is the day. See it sparkle and shine when all I've lived for becomes mine.
At this time, we would like to introduce Oakmont Principal Mr. Rob Hasty, presenting his speech entitled, How Will You Make a Difference?
Wow. Class of 2019. I need to hear one more thing from you guys before you leave. Can you do me one favor? I need to hear seniors, 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 seniors. That's what I'm talking about. I don't have a pineapple. I do have pineapple socks for you guys. I do need to confess that I really struggled with how to start my speech with this class. Did I talk about pineapples? I'm not sure that I even know really what the whole pineapple thing is about, so somebody's going to have to enlighten me later. Did I talk about your senior quotes? Yes, I do read those. Did I talk about your senior pranks? You guys are a good class. You didn't really do anything over the top, so thank you. At least not yet. So, what I decided I would do is just launch into how truly remarkable this class is. 55% of you have a 3.0 GPA or higher. 93 of you have a 4.0 or higher. 70% of you have completed the UC A to G requirements. This class has completed over 2,000 AP and IB exams, and you guys have earned hundreds of thousands of dollars in scholarships. This class is absolutely loaded with leaders like Grace Miles and Marie Fadica. Athletes like Ashley Mendenhall and Eric Yeager. Artists like Kayla Streever, Noelle Jensen, Sierra Reynolds, and Antonio Alvarez. You guys have true walking miracles who really do understand the meaning of life in Julian Ortiz and Ashton Henderson. Then there are just all-around great human hearts like Landon Shea and Jenna Reppes. And my graduation speech would not be complete without mentioning great dancers like Jordan Green and Jackson Kerrigan. Thanks for the dance at Winter Ball, fellas. I'll never forget that. Before you go, I do have one piece of advice, some guidance, if you will. Seniors, you live in a world that focuses on success, how much money one has, how famous someone is, what job one has, how many likes one gets, how many followers one has. From our current political climate to our day-to-day lives, the focus seems to be on me. What do I get from it? How's this going to make my life better? Author Joe Ehrman would refer to these types of interactions as transactional because they focus on what I get out of the relationship. Seniors, I need to be honest with you. Unfortunately, our world is filled with far too many transactional relationships. The good news is, you guys can change the world. You can change how we do business. You can change how we do life. There's an old story that I'm sure you're probably heard or familiar with. There's an old man walking along the beach when he comes upon a young boy throwing starfish back into the ocean. The old guy says, "There are thousands of them. You will never make a difference." The boy, of course, replies, "I made a difference for that one." Class of 2019, making a difference, true change, moving away from the what's in it for me mentality or the transactional mentality requires that service of others be more important than being served. It requires that each one of us values others above ourselves. It requires that we listen rather than speak. It requires that we give grace rather than demanding justice. These types of interactions and relationships are referred to by Joe Ehrman as transformational. because they focus on lifting others up. They focus on speaking life into the lives of others. They focus on serving others. Simply put, they focus on giving. Can you imagine what our world would be like if we really valued others? If we really cared for others as much as we cared about ourselves? If we extended grace rather than always seeking justice? If we cared about transforming others' lives rather than seeing what we get from others? If we followed the lead of the boy and the beach story that I just told you? Seniors, you can make a difference in our world. The question is, will our world be different because you showed love to another rather than hate? Will our world be better because you deliberately built others up? Will our world be better because you chose to serve others above yourselves? Seniors, how will you make a difference in our world? Will you be a transactional human, only focusing on what you get from the relationship? Or will you work to be transformational in the lives of others, truly serving, loving, and caring? Seniors, I can't wait to see and hear about all the wonderful differences each and every one of you makes in our world. You each have tremendous talents, gifts, and abilities. Each of you is a special gift to this world. I know our world will be better. I know our world will be different because of each and every one of you. As has become a tradition here at Oakmont High School, I know our paths will cross again, so I won't be saying goodbye to you tonight, but rather I wish you enough. Seniors, I wish you enough sun to keep your attitude bright no matter how gray the day may appear. Seniors, I wish you enough rain to appreciate the sun even more. I wish you enough happiness to keep your spirit alive and everlasting. I wish you enough pain so that even the smallest of joys in your life may appear bigger. I wish you enough gain to satisfy your wanting. I wish you enough loss to appreciate all that you possess. I wish you enough hellos to get you through the final goodbyes. Seniors, they say it takes a minute to find a special person, an hour to appreciate them, a day to love them, and then an entire lifetime to forget them. Class of 2019, I can tell you this: you will not soon be forgotten, and you will always have a home and a family here at Oakmont High School. So as you move on from high school, remember, you can make a difference in the world. One person at a time, one relationship at a time, one conversation at a time. Seniors, I give you this charge: care for others, serve others, love others, and always remember that we wish you enough. Congratulations to the class of 2019.
Please welcome our valedictorian, Isabella Absey, to present her speech entitled, "You Are Amazing."
Hello, fellow graduates, staff, friends, and family. And on behalf of the entire class of 2019, I would like to thank you for spending your Friday evening with us. Before I begin, let us take a moment to recognize the outstanding teachers and administrators who work tirelessly at Oakmont High School to ensure each student's potential is realized. Thank you for enriching our minds and strengthening our spirit. I would also like to embarrass a few people in the crowd, starting with my grandparents, my aunt, and my cousin, who have come all the way from St. Louis, Missouri, to be here with us today. I would also like to thank the Lovitts, Miles, and Debbie, who are my chosen family. And then, lastly, my mom, Rebecca, who has always been my biggest fan. In the wise words of Ferris Bueller, life moves pretty fast. If you don't stop and look around once in a while, you could miss it. Fellow seniors, these have been the most transformative 4 years of our lives thus far. And personally, they felt like a whirlwind. Standing on this stage here today, I am unsure whether to be ecstatic about everything that we have accomplished or melancholy because this is the last time we will sit together as Oakmont students. I am extremely honored to speak on behalf of my fellow classmates, especially because I would not have been able to earn this high honor without my teachers and fellow Vikings. Together, we have tested our limits, spent a small fortune on muffins from the vending machine, learned to appreciate the beauty of a good coffee, grew as individuals, and made friendships that will undoubtedly last a lifetime. Luckily, I'm a firm believer that high school is not the end, but merely the beginning, a tiny step on our journey. Oakmont is a fantastic institution that takes the time to appreciate our differences and allows us to grow as individuals. As we move forward into this world of possibility, each of us will carry the knowledge we have learned and the lessons that we have gained in our time at OHS. Our late night studies and numerous experiences will allow us to forge our own path and use our talents to improve our communities. However, it is essential that we do take the time to reflect on our experiences and enjoy the journey. Class of 2019, when I look out at the faces of my fellow Vikings, I see endless potential in each and every one of you. I'm very proud of us all. And our worth transcends the slip of paper that we will be receiving here today, and I believe that our class has the ability to make an immeasurable mark on this world. For as long as I can remember, when I would become discouraged, my mom would give me a pep talk, which always ended in an encouraging, "You are amazing." Today, I would like to provide you with the same words of encouragement. Because regardless of the challenges that we may face in the coming years, we are all amazing. But being amazing doesn't just mean one thing. Being amazing means doing your best. You don't have to be a straight-A student or be attending a top-tier college to be amazing. An important part of life is finding your own niche and excelling in that area. That is how you can be amazing. Most of all, being amazing means making a difference every day, not only with your convictions, but in the ways that you help and encourage others. Before I go, I want to leave you with my favorite quote by Maya Angelou. People will forget what you said, people will forget what you did, but people will never forget the way that you have made them feel. I challenge you all to treat every single day for the rest of your life as if it is Dude Be Nice Week. To greet each day with a smile and a positive attitude, because each and every one of you is amazing. With the right mindset, I believe that we can change the world. Thank you and congratulations, Oakmont Class of 2019.
I'd like to introduce Diamond Elston performing Breakaway and Kyle Taff, playing guitar.
Hello.
Now presenting the teacher goodbye speech with his speech entitled Well Now What, please welcome Mr. Ryan Henry.
Wow, there's a lot of people. Okay, let's move this binder so I can put my binder. There we go. Sorry, Grace. Okay, I don't need these. Parents, fellow staff, esteemed guests, I would first like to thank you for the opportunity of allowing me to speak at your graduation. Class of 2019, I'd like to thank you guys for picking me to speak, even though I can't say this was your smartest decision, because considering some of the salutatorians say I act like an 8-year-old constantly in class. I'm not going to name any names, but one of them sitting over that way. So, yeah, you didn't think I'd hear about that, huh? Okay. You got to take shot. You got to do it, right? When I first started writing my speech, I was really nervous because I wasn't sure how it would sound. Was it serious enough? Was it too serious? I wanted to make sure I was appealing to my target audience, which, let's be honest, are the people sitting behind you guys. High school graduation isn't about you, it's about your parents. It's about everybody else who's come to watch you graduate. But then I started to think, 95% of the people here probably have no idea who I am or the fact that I even teach here on campus. So it made me start thinking, you guys picked me to speak at your graduation, so I would appeal to you guys, and in true Mr. Henry fashion, I'm not taking this thing too seriously. When my wife and I found out we were pregnant with our first son, I was ecstatic at the idea of becoming a father and all that it would entail, as I'm sure many of you parents can remember. The anticipation, the excitement, the not knowing what to expect. It's a lot like your 4 years of high school leading up to today. You have a long build-up, and then one day, it's here, and then you're really not sure what to expect. It was a lot like the day we brought our first son, Christian, home, and I looked at my wife and I said, well, now what? Some of you that are graduating already have your lives planned out for the next 20 years. You will go to UCLA, study medicine, become a doctor, and create a cure for cancer. All by the age of 38. Now, please, don't think I'm making fun of any of the IB seniors that I had in my class, because they know exactly who they are, once again. With the amount of Diet Coke and fast food that I'm consume on a daily basis, I'll be needing to stay in touch with them later in life, because I'm pretty sure I'll need that cure. So, you, my darlings, you are the parents that already have the first family photo scheduled, all of your baby's clothes laid out for the first 2 years, and are already combing through an impressive stack of kindergarten applications because, well, you can never plan too early. Some of you have a rough idea of what you want to do and where you're going, but you don't have that clear, laser-focused vision of some of the students sitting in the front rows. You are the parents that have a general idea of what you're doing, and you know how to change a diaper without getting peed or pooped on, which is a skill you can take to the grave. That's a big one. Parents, yes? Okay, I'm getting dead silence. Moving on. See, I told it was for you guys. Then there are those of you who have no idea where you're going, what you're doing, or really how to get there. You, my darlings, you're me as a new parent, sitting there holding my son, trying to still figure out how to have my Xbox headset on and play Xbox, right? The one thing that I can say is no matter what category you fall under, you made it here today to graduation. High school was a time for you to grow and learn, and not just knowledge from a textbook, which, for the record, the Pythagorean theorem is a squared plus b squared equals c squared. My high school math teacher would be very proud of me because, as I tell my students, I don't math well, so I don't English well either. Let's be honest, I'm a history teacher. The one thing that I can say is I've always heard from my students in my time being a teacher is how come we don't learn things that are more practical, like life skills, how to do my taxes, quickly followed up with, when am I ever going to use this when I'm an adult? First off, taxes are depressing for most of us, so we'll let you deal with that when you get later in life, as I'm sure most of your parents can attest, because they're going to try and claim you as long as they possibly can, because it's a write-off. Yay, kids, it's a write-off. Woo! Okay. However, in the opinion of this educator, the main purpose of school is not for you to gain knowledge, but to prepare you for life. The most valuable lessons that are taught in high school are the ones that often go overlooked. How many of you have had a group project that you worked on and you absolutely despised the people you worked with because you knew they weren't going to do anything? Or maybe you had to endure the oppressive rules and totalitarian regime that is an AP or IB course here on campus. IB Bio. I love you, Miss Gallick. I do. I've seen that vocab board in her classroom. That thing's like this big and like this. Okay. Perhaps my favorite line is, I'm 18 years old, I'm an adult, I don't need to ask to go to the bathroom. For the last 4 years, you have looked at these moments as inconveniences in your life and often compared them to being in prison, when in reality, they are preparing you for how to deal with these things when you become an adult. Because when you get older and you get a job, those same people are going to be there. The coworkers who don't do anything, and you have to pick up the slack, and undoubtedly at some point in your career, you will have a boss that you absolutely despise. On a side note, Mr. Hasty, you look amazing tonight. I love the suit. It's awesome. It's on point. The socks. See, I don't have pineapple. I don't have pineapple socks. I wasn't privy to that. I think the most valuable lesson, though, that gets overlooked in high school is your interactions with people and how those interactions can change people's lives and affect them. It can be your closest BFF or your one true bae, right? Don't act like you've never said that before. Or it can be simply someone that you pass in the hallway. Those tiny interactions can completely change people's days and, in some instances, their lives. I've been teaching now for about 7 years, and if I do my math correctly, and like I said, don't worry, I double-checked with Mr. Parr to make sure my math is correct. But on second thought, I probably should have went with somebody else. Miss Yim, I'm sorry. I should have asked you. Sorry. Never mind, okay. For the 7 years I've been teaching, if I add it up right, I get about 1,500 students that I've had in my class. Each one of those students was an interaction and a chance to change either their day or mine, because interactions can affect people both ways. My mother has always been one of those people to plant little seeds of pearls of wisdom into my brain. Most of them are extremely cliche, like there are plenty of fish in the sea. When one door closes, another one opens. Or always make sure you wear clean underwear because you never know who's going to see it. I mean, no, hold on. Wrong advice. Sorry, okay. My mother also told me from the time that I was very little to follow the golden rule, which I'm sure many of you know, is do unto others as done unto you, or treat people the way you want to be treated. Now, I know this sounds neat to say and all, but honestly, how many of you can say that you follow this rule? How many of you can say that you treat the people the way that you want to be treated? I've always tried to treat my students with love and respect and compassion because I realized for some of my students, I may be the only place that they get it. My one challenge for you moving forward in life is never underestimate the power your words and your actions can have on another person. Something so simple as saying hi to someone or opening the door for someone without the expectation of a thank you. I don't always have to say thank you. You can just do it to be nice and be polite. Now, by no means am I telling you that you should completely change the way you live your life for other people. That's not what I'm saying. But every little interaction you have with someone can have a profound impact on them. Think about how much your parents appreciate the simple interactions with you. You know how much your mother appreciates it when you simply walk up and give her a hug out of the blue, or give her a kiss on the forehead and say, I love you? Or how much just asking your dad if he wants to go get a cup of coffee at Starbucks and talk about life. Because let's be honest, what father doesn't appreciate a good piping hot cup of coffee on a 100-degree day? Don't forget about these things as you go away to college and develop into full-fledged adults. Your parents and those loved ones closest to you will always be there for you, no matter what. Cherish those relationships and keep them strong, because at the end of the day, friends come and go, families for life. I often joke with my students about the amount of time we spend together, and I spend more time with them than I do my own wife, who works graveyards as an ER nurse. I don't think you guys know how much you affect our lives. Just because you are leaving Oakmont High School today physically doesn't mean that your memories are leaving. While you move on to bigger and hopefully better things, we as a staff are still here wondering about your life and how you're doing. I know I can speak for all the teachers sitting to my right that they could name at least a handful of students sitting in the crowd that have affected their lives positively in some way. For me, it's students like Lauren Weinberg, Max Osborne, Alyssa Graham, Max Bumgardner, Jenna Reppis, all my IB kiddos, all my Health Academy kiddos, all of you guys. I can't thank you enough for making me want to show up to work every single day and become a better teacher and become a better person. So, how will you be remembered? I've been trying to figure out how to end my speech for some time. Should I leave you with some inspirational quote or some sonnet like I'm sure Mr. Wallace would have? So I did what all of you do when you need information in quotes when it's 4:30 in the morning and an assignment's due at 6 o'clock. You go to Google and you search. So after going down the Google rabbit hole, which be honest, it was about 3 hours, about 2.5 hours was spent on YouTube and half hour looking for stuff. I found a quote that actually pertains to what I've been talking about, and it's not a Gucci Mane or Lil Pump lyric, so here we go. Most of you know who Jim Carrey is from his very publicized political statements as of lately. But that's not the Jim Carrey I knew. Jim Carrey that I knew growing up was Stanley Ipkiss in the movie The Mask, or Ace Ventura, Pet Detective, or quite possibly my favorite character of all time, Lloyd Christmas from Dumb and Dumber. Okay, I forget you guys are young. As of lately, though, within the last 10 years, Jim Carrey has spoken pretty regularly at college commencements, and he's offered up some pretty insightful comments, and this is the one I want to leave you with. The effect you have on others is the most valuable currency there is, because everything you gain in life will rot and fall apart, and all that will be left, what was in your heart. So, what will be in your heart at the end of the day? Class of 2019, you guys are amazing. I love you. Thank you so much.
Sorry. At this time, we would like to introduce our 4 Oakmont teachers who will be reading the names of our graduates this evening. Mrs. Leanne Baldwin, Mr. John Welch, Mr. Rick Campbell, and Mr. Tad Jinguji. The staff have devoted many hours to the academic achievement of their seniors. Their inclusion here tonight is in recognition of their contributions to each graduate's success. They will alternately announce the names of each of the graduates. Mr. Tagg, Mr. Borhan, and Mr. Hasty will be awarding diplomas.
Isabella Absey.
Alyssa Desai.
Anjali Desai.
Emily St. Dennis.
Marie Fadiga.
Grace Miles.
Fatima Calderon.
Macy Briones.
Micah Coder.
Sydney Carlos Ruiz.
Dominic Delval.
Jennifer Chaveras.
Malaya Grant.
Brett Cook.
Alicia Muela.
Ian Higgins.
Jacob Schroeder.
Grace Richards.
Mia Wolf.
Samantha Richards.
Diamond Elston.
Alexandra Rockwell Fuller.
Guyver Mikel Martinez.
Landon Stewart.
Elijah Abidi.
Kayla Streever.
Matthew Abu Ghazaleh.
Alyssa Adame.
Jared Adriano.
Tiffany Aiello.
Mariah Akers.
Alexa Allenbaum.
Marcella Allen.
Matthew Alley.
Antonio Alvarado.
Sierra Alta.
Fernanda Ambris.
Paxton Patricia Alvarez.
Kyle Justin Eng.
Luis Amesqua.
Jessa Arendane.
Enrico Aniban.
Miracle Armstrong.
Nicoleo Acevedo.
Mark Baeza.
Brandon Bagley.
Ethan Bally.
Justin Bambasino.
Sean Baptista.
Angie Barajas.
Deanna Barajas.
Javier Barajas.
Paige Barksdale Rhodes.
Rachel Bartholomew.
Kaylee Barton.
William Bates. Aiden Bauer.
Shreya Batra.
Nima Beati.
Nixad Bayati.
Ruslan Bimagambetov.
Axel Beidalatov.
Matthew Becerra.
Kimberly Bean.
Lance Berg.
Andrew Beavers.
Matthew Berry.
Daniel Berry.
Rainier Burko.
Jose Betancourt.
Eric Bledsoe.
David Blavas.
Christina Bodnar.
Haley Blondin.
Denise Jean Brazil.
Jake Bradford.
Jenna Broomhead.
Leonie Raiton.
Maximus Baumgartner.
Sophia Brown.
Madison Butoff.
Emily Burns.
Ryan Callagay.
Kelly Calderhead.
Samuel Cambra.
Rihanna Kaluuya.
Joanna Castillo.
Andrew Canada.
Ikra Chata.
Sebastian Castro.
Hannah Cedro.
Hannah Cathers.
Emma Chadwell.
Julia Sarantola.
Faith Shanjo.
Michael Chan.
Alana Chen.
Ishika Chotu.
Lana Schleck.
Ashley Chin.
Ryan Christian.
Jacob Christensen.
James Patrick Covarrubias.
Andrew Cinquini.
Elijah Conchas.
Jonas Cole.
Alexandra Constant.
Molly Connolly.
Jordan Cooper.
Amanda Constant.
Jordan Cotton.
Sydney Cordova.
Jaden Cuevas.
Lillian Cramsey.
Zachary Darnell.
Frank Daniel.
Luke Davies.
Emma David.
Rebecca Davis.
Keaton Davis.
Melanie De La Viaga.
Isabel De Ferrari.
Rebecca De Leon.
Maria Ezekiel De Leon.
Isabel De Leon.
Sarah DeLellis.
Morgan DeVries.
Serena Dillon.
Colin Diviak.
Annalise Doan.
Navdeep Dosanjh.
Colby Druckenmiller.
Blythe Dumitru.
Salve Deplina.
Gage Easley.
Taylor Easley.
Joshua Emmett.
John Erling.
John Gerald Estabillo.
Santiago Estrada.
Roman Fedenoff.
Amy Fedek.
Alexander Flores.
Michaela Floyd.
Alana Frakes.
Noah Freed.
Paola Fuentes Benavides.
Kristen Gagan.
Luz Elena Galan.
Alyssa Gallego.
Isabel Gamino.
Joshua Nathan Gnu.
Madeline Garcia.
Caesar Garibay.
Reed Gates.
Anthony Gaw.
Samuel Gaidachi.
Andrea Geddes.
Ayush Gimaray.
Ayushka Gamire.
Anthony Giamona.
Trina Yang.
Jonathan Gill.
Scott Gilmore.
Joshua Golka.
Isaac Gomez.
Hector Gonzalez.
Alyssa Graham.
Raymond Gregorich.
Jordan Green.
Joshua Hageman.
Alec Gums.
Sang Han.
Isabella Hamilton.
Henrik Hansen.
Kobe Hannah.
Morgan Hayes.
Hudson Hayes.
Ashton Henderson.
Grace Heckley. Katiana Hernitz.
Madison Hexham.
Madison Hicksonball.
Annabella Hogan.
Grant Holiday.
Raina Holmes.
Morgan Honiger.
Dallin House.
Tyler Howlett.
Michael Hudson.
Jenna Hunter.
Evan Hyman.
Samin Yassar Islam.
Rachel Ivy.
Kaylee Jakes.
Melissa Jacob.
Cameron Janis.
Catherine Howdy.
Brian Jennings.
Taylor Jeno.
Noel Jensen.
Dylan Johnson.
Noah Johnson.
Zoana Johnson.
Chantel Jones.
Arjun Kelon.
Gavin Kasla.
Angelina Kalanyuk.
Olin Kellett.
Jacob K.
Manuel Kent Lozano.
Kaylee Keenum. Colton Kima.
Jackson Kerrigan.
Justin Kalperser.
Taylor Kohler.
Adam Koza.
Irina Kurmudov.
Ria Kotak.
Lauren Karowski.
Christina Kuriker.
Lily Lancaster.
Aaron Lambert.
Aviana Langlos.
Janet Landeros.
Clint Laswell.
Jose Gabriel Latag.
Hannah Lupi.
Devin Lawrence.
Andrew Lawson.
Brian Lee.
Cameron Legui.
Michael Lincioni.
Colby Lewis.
Ebony Latrice.
Haley Livesey.
Giancarlo Loyan.
Joshua Nathaniel Lopez.
Nathan Lopez.
Anton Lamacta.
Christian Luna.
Brianna Lunt.
Rain Alexandra.
Tyler Magbaton.
Dennis Marisol.
Cole Marquardt.
Dylan Marquardt.
Hallie Marquardt.
Alexander Marsh.
Grant Marsh.
Shireen Marshall Habibi.
Bryn Martin.
Juan Martinez.
Tara Martinez.
Vifo Martinez.
Claudia Mayo.
Kira McEwan.
Tevin McGrain.
Isabel McKesson.
Paul McLaughlin.
Nolan McMahon.
Travis McMains.
Nicholas Medawar.
Daniel Medina.
Michaela Melton.
Ashley Mendenhall.
Stephen Mendez.
Shane Mendoza.
Yancy Mendoza.
Lourdes Merlos.
Samantha Merritt.
Ian Michal.
Riley Miller.
Seth Miller.
Joseph Mittmayer.
Joshka Molina.
Ethan Momeyer.
Brian Money.
Mercedes Morales Santiago.
Stephen Moratini.
Bridget Morgan.
Dominic Morris.
Celestial Moro.
Isaac Munoz.
Joshua Munoz.
Maria Murillo Verduzco.
Blake Lusso.
Sydney Musso.
Jacob Nabi.
Giancarlos Natano.
Anwar Nelson.
Cameron Nelson.
Dylan Nelson.
Martin Nesteruk.
Haley Neubauer.
Hunter Newman.
Lucas Ng.
Kim Nguyen.
Greg Nichols.
Priya Nijar.
Joshua Noma.
Jordan Oliver.
Janelle Faith Opena.
Brandon Ortega.
Julian Michael Ortiz.
Maximus Osborne.
Kate Oxenham.
Jasleen Pata.
Joelle Paquin. Elizabeth Parker.
Matthew Parachute.
Aryan Patel.
Kiki Parsons.
Nathaniel Pinman.
Angelo Pelicano.
Kenny Perkins.
Jose Perez.
Cassandra Peterson.
Alyssa Perry.
Diodavid Palande.
Malia Phillips.
Jack Placido.
Josh Matthew Patel.
Nathan Kyle Quintana.
Giannina Pontrelli.
Amanda Regosa.
Noah Puentes.
Gavin Renata. Lucandre Reyes.
Alexander Ratcha.
Luke Andre Reyes.
Kelly Ramirez.
Jenna Repas.
Dora Rausch.
Caitlin Richard.
Legacy Reedy.
Emma Riesling.
Sierra Reynolds.
Antonia Robinson.
Jadine Ramondo.
Bradley Rodriguez.
Allison Roberts.
Joshua Justin Roderis.
Emmett Roman.
Kristen Ross.
Rachel Rose.
Judith Ruelas.
Melissa Roel.
Adrian Ruiz.
Connor Rulo.
Zoe Rigg.
Nicholas Rush.
Joey Nefatiri Sahonia.
Joshua Adrian Sabio.
Jonalyn Love Sampson.
Gian Sampson.
Brenda.
Amy Sanabia.
Moit Sandhu.
Luis Sanchez.
Emilio Sandoval.
Nimran Sandhu.
Alyssa Savage.
Matthew Santillan.
Maria de la Luz Segoviano.
Caitlin Savage.
Nicholas Selvig.
Michaela Self.
Evgeny Shadyuk.
Brandon Sepulveda.
Rebecca Sharp.
Irina Shadjuk.
Yusef Shanuda. Fia Sevchuk.
Yuvra.
Nicholas Sidebottom.
Sydney Schatz.
Ty Simon. Singh.
Kerndeep Singh.
Emily Soros.
Smith.
Stephen Sparks.
Luke Soborowski.
Graham Spitzer.
Addison Spears.
Trevor Stetson.
Justin Sprague.
Donovan Swift.
Jaren Stokes.
Melody Temple.
Niraj Takar.
Chakriya Tian Potong.
Elijah Terrero.
Andrew Treadway.
Ryan Tone.
Catherine Tuso.
Caitlin Marie Troop.
Peachy Untalan.
Gracie Unden.
Alicia Valencia.
Armando Uribe.
Casey Varian.
Kayla Vargas.
Trevor Victoris. Jana Villanueva.
Parker Verducci.
Leah Vysotsky.
Ruby Villa.
Lorenzo Waiters.
Mac Vincent Haler.
Caleb Wallentine.
William Wade.
Evelyn Ware.
Bradley Wallace.
Sarah Wassam.
Haley Walsh.
Lauren Weinberg.
Tatiana Wasley.
Caitlin Welton.
Lenora Watson.
Allison Witzel.
Maggie Weiss.
Osiris Williams.
Summerlin Wicker.
Darren Wormley.
Brendan Williams.
Kelvin Zong.
Alexander Winters.
Angela Zanko.
Alex Wu. Eric Yeager.
Mr. Tagg, on behalf of the faculty and staff, I certify that these students have met all the requirements for the state of California and the Roseville Joint Union High School District. It's my pleasure to present to you the graduating class of 2019. We're not quite done yet. Give us one more second. We're not quite done yet. Thanks.
Mr. Hasey, it's a pleasure to be here, and I want to personally congratulate all the graduates from Oakmont High School this year. This is my second event that I've attended, an Oakmont event this week. I was at American River College on Monday for the only baseball game I ever saw all year long. And I certainly want to congratulate Oakmont Vikings for putting a punctuation on this year with their victory in section championship this Monday. Congratulations, guys. On behalf of the Roseville Joint Union High School Board of Trustees, I humbly and proudly accept the Oakmont class of 2019. Congratulations.
Graduates, please rise for me. Graduates, please move your tassels from right to left. Graduates, on behalf of the Roseville Joint Union High School District and the faculty and staff here at Oakmont High School, congratulations, and we wish you enough. Congratulations.
hood girl.